Good morning, everyone. Guten Tag if you're popping in from Europe. I'm sorry, from Germany, Guten Tag. Europe, you all say different things, different places. So wherever you're coming in from, we're glad you're here and glad you chose to spend some time with us this morning. Crystal and I have some things for you. So as we spoke last night on the team Zoom, I need to do something. Do you know what you need to do? You need to make sure you have on liberty, joy, peace, and kick it. Steve's doing the Macarena. That was awesome. Liberty, joy, peace, and kick it. If you don't have those on, go put them on. Seriously, for real. Because you're going to need it for what we're going to do in a little bit. So I'll give you time. Make sure they're on.
Be right with you. Mm.
Let me mute everybody. Um, let's do that. For real, for real, for real. Go do it. Participate. And if you're here, please turn your camera on. We absolutely love doing this for you and with you. But if you don't show up, it's easy to not do those things. Right? Steve, why do you turn your camera on every time we get on a Zoom?
Because I want to see what people are having for breakfast.
But you can see it without turning your camera on.
Why do I turn my camera on? I don't
Yeah.
know. I want people to know that I'm engaged and soaking up the information. And, every now and then the phone will ring and I'll quickly take my camera off. But no, I want to be engaged. And there's too many distractions if you don't have your camera on.
Yeah. Yeah. So, because this is going to be interactive, what we do here these Tuesday mornings, the value we give, and we don't want to waste your time. So if you're doing something else or maybe you don't have time for it, then it's not for you. You can watch the recording later when you can engage. So, Crystal, do you want to add to being engaged while everybody's putting their patches on, the importance of being all ears?
Because first of all, when we stay on camera, I don't know if you guys watch Steve, Carrie, and I throughout presentations, when any of us are speaking, most times we're like this. We're totally engaged because one, as a speaker, it sucks when you look up at the camera and everyone is looking down or on their phones or off screen, the energy or their forehead. Thanks, Steve. Their energy. I don't care if you're eating. I'd rather you eat on camera than than not be on camera at all, because at least we know that you're engaged with us too. And then also, like Carrie said, I mean, hold yourself accountable a little bit. These are working Zooms. And so we really want to be intentional with you, and it's going to get kind of intense. And I know Carrie's gonna get on it. Get off your phone, Lane. She's not even on the phone. She's just being annoying. I love it. I love you today. Um, we're having fun, but really we want to see your faces. We want to know that you're here to work, and that's what we're doing during these Tuesday mornings. Especially, we're here to work our businesses, and if you're here, it means you probably have the time right now to work your business. And so we want to see your faces, and if you can't be on, and if you are distracted, and if you are busy, we understand that, but that's why we record it, so that you can come back later when you're not distracted, so that you can get the full effect of what you can. But of course, when you're live and you're engaged, it's always better. So I love that we're getting some more faces on here, Carrie. You're also never annoying. I love you.
I did it on purpose because it totally makes it think that you're ignoring the speaker in the room. I view Zoom as if you're in my personal space. From people, right? But here's Liberty, and I'm going to explain this because we have new people that are popping in here all the time, and there's going to come a day, and hopefully soon, that we just have a patch chat with you, and we just explain some stuff, and you can ask questions and whatever. But you know where you can find a lot of this information? In Amazing Patch Stories, and we're going to help you with that later also. Liberty. It puts your body in homeostasis. I was having a conversation with my older sister. She's a nurse. She's got a lot of different things going on in her own life. And she was telling me how she wanted to just not be on any medication and not do anything and just put her body in homeostasis. And I was like, I can help. She knows about these patches. She's used them before. So I was thankful that we finally had a good conversation about them. And to be confident that you can remove majority of the medications that you're on, okay? So, Liberty, balance, strength, stamina, range of motion, overall everything. It is the unplug and replug it in you didn't know you need, right? That's the reset. It's like getting an adjustment. So you start there. No matter what you use, you start there. I had someone reach out to me. She's like, can I sample a pain patch? I'm like, yeah, you can order it. There's 28 samples in a pack. I'll meet up with you and I'll do a demo test on you, right? But value. I have to have value there. And I don't want her to think she can do one without the other. So you've got to start with Liberty, because sometimes people will start with the other patches. They'll go, well, it didn't work. And I go, well, were you wearing Liberty? Like, no, I just got this. Well, that could be why it worked. Crystal, will you send Debbie Cromwell the link for today, please? She just texted me and I'm unable to do it. Can you just message that to her real quick? Liberty, that's what it does. Then you got joy, hope, and happiness like never before. Okay. So there was a sock back in the day. It was called Boomy, I think. Am I right, Steve? The sock was Boomy. And it was a sock that had the joy pattern that you literally just felt happy and you felt good when you wore it. Okay. So to me, the way I describe it, so you put that, print onto a patch called Joy. I describe it like, for lack of better words and thoughts and experiences, getting high without the drugs. To me, when you are like high on like those things that get you high, whatever that might be, you live in this different realm where like nothing can go wrong and nothing bothers you. I used to tell people it's kind of like your dog could die and you wouldn't care. You'd be like, okay, thanks. No, seriously, Joy is a really great patch that just makes you, whoo, everything's great. Like the sun can be out and the sun's not out. You understand? Does that make sense? So that's how I explain joy. And people always laugh when they're like, oh, getting high without the drug, whatever makes them laugh, whatever makes them think. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Welvin. That's right. Peace, stress, help with stress like never before. Peace is that patch where it doesn't numb you from life, right? You can still feel the emotion, but what it does is it sends those signals to your brain. It's that cognitive brain technology. Peace is one of those that's for your brain specifically. And you may be dealing with, the stuff that makes you just like lose your mind and you can hyperventilate, depression, just bad thoughts. Maybe you have like other illnesses that make your brain just not help you to stay in where you need to stay, or you go through a loss, right? And you think about that crying that you do, that mourning, and how you can't really control it. To me, peace is that one that allows us to control our emotions, but still make it through it. It just gives you like a breath of fresh air. Like you can just take a deep breath, right? You ever feel where sometimes life is so heavy you can't breathe? Peace is that one that just like helps you breathe, right? Okay, so that's the experience from what I've heard from people and what I've dealt with and what I'm telling you. And then you've got Kick It. Kick It is our self-control patch. Never thought we'd have something like this. We don't have a patch to make people fall in love. We don't have a patch so they can change their identity. I think they're working on one to clean up our DNA from all the toxins. That's coming, right? Which I'm all for cleaning up all that blood work and everything. So Kick It. All right. When you begin a bad habit, you have an intention, a thought, and then an action. And then you repeat that action. And next thing you know, you're stuck in this bad habit. How many of you, be honest, have written 2024 at the end of your date and it's 2025? Am I alone? Oh, thank God. The other day I'm writing it. I'm like, Carrie, it's February 10th. Like, come on, you're still writing 2024. It was just like 2/10/24. And I thought, we get in such a habit, right? So it takes a little while to get out of those. So you've got to work on, okay, where's my intentions at? And then where are my thoughts, right? Thoughts, intention, action. Thought, intention, action. So you have this thought. And when you get the intention, you're doomed. Because you're going to walk to the pantry and grab that snack out of there that you know you shouldn't have got. You should just got a piece of fruit out of the bowl. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Listen, Kick It. There's neurotransmitters there that interfere with the intention and the thought and the action where you never want to take the action. Does that make sense? This works also for your thoughts. And so that's why when Jay was sharing with us on Saturday, I was like, wow, Like, why didn't I think of this? This is incredible pattern filled with everything good. Your body's set, ready to receive. You're feeling happy, like nothing could go wrong. You can take a deep breath and you've got some self-control for your day. And that looks like your actions, your thoughts, and everything. And so, what I'm hoping is that you have liberty, joy, peace, and kick it on. And if you don't have those four, go order them. Because this is something that you're going to come across that you can help your friends. You're not just patch people. You're not just here to sell patches. You're here to give a better quality of life. And imagine you're talking to a friend and they're just a negative Nancy, and you can just be like, look, Nancy, I just can't deal with you. Could you just take a minute with me and try these patches? Maybe they're sitting with you, get together and have coffee and say, let's rewire your brain for a second, because you're killing me. I can only imagine what it's doing to you. When it's someone close to you that you can talk to that way. But you could also talk about this out in public once you have felt it and experienced it and be like, I rewired my brain and I am no longer down in the dumps. You want to know how to rewire your brain? And then you have this pack of four that you're like, hey, go grab this. You spend time with them. You coach them. You help them. You call them. You hold them accountable. This is something you can do outside of Super Patch. You guys realize that, right? You're human beings. You do whatever you want to do. We have tools for you to help you do whatever it is you want to do, right? Okay.
Let me intervene for 2 seconds.
Yes.
2 seconds.
Yes.
Jeanette, you said, I'm sorry, I'm giggling. I'm not laughing at your question. I'm just laughing because wouldn't that be amazing? But you had asked, isn't the combo of patches we've put on a combo to help us fall in love? No, no. On that slide, it's talking about ways to rewire your brain. And one of the most effective ways is to truly find true love. And that helps you to rewire your brain. I'm gonna boast on my relationship a little bit. We've been together almost 19 years and we've gone through like up and down. So I'm just going to take 2 minutes to explain how I know that works. I have a whole life of trauma, past relationships, upbringing, all the things I've gone through, all these things. And when you get into a relationship, most of you know, obviously, right? And you get into a relationship, you have to learn things, unlearn things, adapt to that new person, all these things. And usually they say like the first 7 years, 4 to 7 years of marriage is just the worst. You're learning each other, you're unlearning habits, you're adapting to each other. But then after some time, and this is where the experience for me comes in after being with my husband for so long, you just like hit a moment where you just like fall in love and you just love everything, even the quirks and even the things that are bad about, that you didn't, not bad, but you didn't care about that person. And the healing that comes from that is so powerful. So when Jay was like, find true love, I was like, oh my goodness, that's so true. Because there's so many traumas that I've had in my past relationships or just upbringing and things that through our love has healed. So that's what he meant, but we definitely don't have a patch that'll make you fall in love. However, wearing the patches and you falling in love with yourself is going to allow you to, if you're someone that's looking for a mate or even a better friend group or just to be a better individual in general, when you start working on your mindset and yourself and you go out into the world and you display that, you're going to attract those energies. So maybe kinda, but yeah, that's the point on true love. Go ahead, Carrie.
I love that, Crystal, and thank you for sharing that. And congratulations on, almost 19 years. We all have different stories when we think about people that we've been through for, with forever. And Jeanette, you're going to be excited when you hear what it is I'm going to talk about. And Crystal has no idea that I'm going to even bring this in, but it directly aligns with love. But it's it can be used with self and with others. So with all the time that we've spent just now discussing what those patches do, and we have them on and we're wearing them, and I'm going to remind you again, if you're here, come on camera so that we know that you're wanting to be here. Now comes the hard part. But don't worry. Take a deep breath. Everybody just take a deep breath real quick together. Let it out. Let's count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take another deep breath. Okay. By the way, that exercise works no matter what's going on. So we have breathed, we have our patches on, and now it's time to write our names backwards. But wait, you're going to do it in the chat first. Go type your name in the chat backwards because Crystal, I want you to screenshot and get pictures of all of this. Names backwards in the chat. And then everyone who deals with dyslexia, which is a very hard, real thing, I can imagine how difficult it is, but we're all going to join you on that journey today. Just your first name if you'd like. Where's Bob when you need him? That's an easy one, right? Let me see. Evitz. Nasus. We're gonna find out what some nicknames can be. Yura. Arul. Itod. Oh,
I like that Noble's in your name, Welbin. I like that one. Seems to fit you.
He did all of them. Of course he did. Sama. Rev. Oh, you do that. See, I have to read. I'm actually reading them right to left so that I see your names and go, oh, except for I didn't think your name is above the backwards name. So, duh, in blue. Samat. Let's call Thomas Samat from here on out, Crystal. I kind of like that. Einafet. Einafets? Einafets. I would say Einafets for Stephanie backwards. You guys, how much fun is it just to see your name backwards? It's like, what? So I wanted to see that. First of all, here, this is fun. Anad. Dana, we could call you Anad. Anyway, thanks for sharing it with me in the chat. Now, grab a piece of paper and we're going to write it. And don't you worry. You're going to go, but I don't know what positive affirmations to write. I have that part covered for you and you're going to love it. So write your name backwards, okay? I want to see that you're doing this. So once you do, show it. Show it. There we go. There we go. Thank you for interacting. Here we go. You ready for this? We have given you so many different things throughout our time. I am, I can, I will, I must, all of that stuff. But the one thing that I know that will draw you in on how you are to be or who you are, and you can align yourself with this, it comes from the Bible. It's in 1 Corinthians 13. Jeanette, if you're familiar, that's the love chapter. That's the love chapter. 1 Corinthians 13. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. Okay, Carrie, but how does that apply to me? This is what we're going to do. Are you ready to soak this in? Yeah? If you don't want to grow, now is your permission to get off of this Zoom. Here we go. Everywhere you just heard me say love or it, you are rewiring your brain to look like the love chapter. So underneath your love, you're going to put your first name where I say love. So love is patient. Put Steve is patient. You're writing this down with your own name. Love is patient. Love is kind. Where you hear love, put your own name, okay? Love is patient. Love is kind. Where you hear it, put your own name. It does not envy. I'm doing this with you guys. It does not boast. I know I write fast. I'm going to just repeat. So right now mine says Carrie is patient. Carrie is kind. Carrie does not envy. Carrie does not boast. I hope yours has your name, right? So Harry is patient. Harry is kind. Gayleen does not envy. Mary does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. Wow, this is feeling good. This is feeling good. I hope you're really leaning in and take. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with what God gave me this morning. It is not rude. Here's one. It is not affirmations to go with this exercise. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. Yes. Wow. It keeps no records of wrongs. I hope that you are writing these down. I keep saying that because I see some of you moving around, but I hope you'll take it seriously. It keeps no records of wrongs. Wow, as you write that word, as you write that sentence right there alone, Carrie keeps no records of wrongs. Wow. Love, that's where you put your name, does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. Wow, this is good. You ready? We're almost there. It always protects. That's where you put your name where it says it. It always trusts. It always hopes. Wow. It always perseveres. The next part is my favorite. I'm not going to get to it yet. We're going to just get your right. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not boast. Love is not proud. Love is not rude. Love is not self-seeking. Love is not easily angered. Love keeps no records of wrongs. Love does not destroy. Love always protects. Love always trusts. Love always hopes. Love always perseveres. And in all caps for this one. I have a knock and a doorbell. Like, what's going on? At the very last one, love never fails. I want you putting that one in all caps, okay? Give me literally 1 minute to run downstairs, and I want you to read over this. And when I get back, you're going to share one of these out loud.
And if you're wearing those 4-patch combos, if you can sit forward, facing forward with your eyes down, reading what she just had you write, it's going to be that much more effective for you. So I would suggest while she's figuring out who's at the door to look down and read it over and over.
Sorry about that. Somebody trying to sell something.
Did you
Okay.
try to sell something back to him?
No. I've got stuff to do, Kim, this morning. You guys are more important. Okay, listen. As I was thinking about doing this, Crystal and I had talked about it. We're like, yeah, it'll go great. Let's just see just what happens. It was brought back into my memory. I was at a retreat at some point and it said, try to replace your name with where it says love or it. And use that daily as a way to line up how you are as a person. And I was like, whoa. Because at the time, and even now, Carrie is not always patient. Carrie is not always kind. Carrie can get easily angered. I don't always trust. You understand? And so as you go through that list, it's like, whoa. As that was brought to me this morning, I just thought and I prayed. I was like, okay, God, you just do with it what you need to do. But it's hard for us to say the positive things of ourselves. So why not take them from the Creator that made us? That's what He thinks of us. Why can't we? And doesn't it just work out perfectly? I hope that you feel good as you're writing that. When you don't know what to say, Jesus does. Look to something positive, right? Don't go scroll social media if you're looking for a mood boost. You won't get it unless your feed is only positive people. We have different friends, I assume. Love never fails. That's the final word. And what I hope this also does is it makes you want to go grab the Bible and read 1 Corinthians 13. Because if you read before this, at the beginning, if I speak in tongues of men and of angels but have not love, I'm only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have faith that can move mountains, but I have not love, I'm nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and surrender my body to the flames, but have not love, I gain nothing. So without this love, without these things that are in our life, if we don't strive to live this way positively for the world, like we're nothing, right? Do you see that? And you can take that and go, I've been given this gift of a patch. It saved my life. It helped me have a better life. It helped me turn my thoughts around, my direction of where I was headed. But if I don't share it, what good is it? You understand? If I don't share it, what good is it? You've got nothing. If you don't take this business opportunity and bless someone else with an opportunity to be able to buy their groceries, pay their phone bill, pay off their debt, take their kids to school, go to extracurricular things with their kids, if you don't share it, what do you have? Nothing. When the God of the universe picked you up and said, this is what you're going to do, and that light boomed, that's when all those neurotransmitters that Jade created to help you become, that's when all those neurotransmitters were ready. You were ready. Think about joy. Think about peace. If you don't share joy and peace with the world, what do you have? Liberty? Just think of the name. But that neurotransmitter, that single stinking, y'all, okay, I'm going to open this. I've never even opened this. I ordered it just because the company sold it. It's a Vox Life knee supporter. Check it. Look, it's size medium. I could probably sell it somewhere, but I'm not going to. Listen, I can't. There it goes. Watch. This is what we started off as. This is like that baby in the womb with just the pattern. And on the inside of this, that was called harmony. Are y'all listening? Yeah. Life changes. So what? The pattern is still the same. When you were created, your pattern's still the same. So what if the world tried to get in with toxins of the foods you eat? Learn better, do better. Aren't you glad that this isn't what you're selling? Talk about not being able to breathe. I went to a judge's office about 2.5 years ago because your girl drives a little fast. And I didn't know that, but when you do that in Texas, there's this thing like you can get on a point system, and I love to win. Anybody else? Anybody else? Mario Kart? Mario Kart? Yeah? Video games? Like you got to be the winner. I kind of might do that on the road. Yeah. I tell my kids I have metal in my foot, so I do my best. But I admit I drive too fast, and it's something that I'm continuously working on and being reminded that I shouldn't do it. So there's this point system you get on, and my husband gets this piece of mail, and he's reading this thing that says you have this many points, and if you get this many more, you're going to get your license taken away. You know, in so many words. And I go, who's that for? He goes, it says Carrie Diana Helms. I was like, oh. So I'm winning. So anyway, it caught up to me. I didn't get my license taken, whatever. But this, I don't know how I ended up even with the ticket over this area, but I had to go back to my hometown area. So I'm calling the judge. I'm like, listen, I'm coming into town. Do you work today? It was probably like a Saturday. Y'all, I don't know why I don't have a brain, but sometimes I don't. And I'm like, could you just come in? I'm asking this judge, can you just come in and deal with me on this day? Because we got a birthday party happening in town and I'm going to be there. Can we just handle it? You know, you don't know if you don't ask. There's a point to this story. So I go in and he pulls out my whole flipping record, and my husband's sitting there. My kids are in the car thinking I'm going to get arrested because mom drives too fast. You know, kids don't understand how stuff like that works. So I noticed that whenever I was in there that he had a knee brace on, and I was like, yes, I'm going to get a new customer because we have these knee braces. So good thing I was a speeder because I wouldn't have met him otherwise. Here I am in this judge's office. He shows me the ultimate grace. He had me pay like a third of whatever it was, and was just so kind and so nice to me. And I was so grateful, but I had to mention what I had. Okay. So I got my insoles out of my purse and said, hey, I don't know why you have those knee braces on, but I'd love to help you with this. And he pulls up his knee braces. I'm behind this judge's desk and my husband's over here. And there's cameras everywhere. God knows how many times they've watched this. But I have my head and I'm in his lap. Like you can picture how Harry's sitting in his desk right now. I'm in this guy's lap. Yeah, Rev, pulling the pants up. You saw me do that in Canton with that other company, and I'm pulling his pant leg up because he asked me to help him, and I'm showing him this stuff, and it's just the most inappropriate thing you could just kind of picture and imagine. But I helped that man, and he ordered 2 knee braces and all kinds of stuff, and ended up like basically giving me back whatever it was I owed on those tickets. What? Not the point. These were difficult to put on this man. Those are hard things to do. I would have been so glad to be able to just place this on his arm and go about my day, but I had to get personal, and that's what we do. But you know, y'all, when this patch was created, it was created with you in mind. And if you don't do anything with it, it's nothing. And if you don't stick around long enough to see what can be done, it's nothing. Like, I feel like I am now a part of the generation that didn't have phones, you know? Like, because I've had them for the better part of my life. But I feel like because I've been a part of Vox Life, but then turned into Super Patch, that I'm a part of that generation that's like, oh, remember the day whenever it was hanging on the wall and we could only walk 2 feet and there was no privacy and there was a cord? I couldn't imagine that being the way I talk to people on the phone around my kids, like annoying little things that only want to talk to you when you're on the phone. Go away. At least if you have a cell phone, you can like take a walk because you know they don't want to exercise with you. The changes come and we can do nothing about them. But when you are patient, and when you are kind, and when you are not envying what others have, and when you're not boasting, when you're not proud, please be proud of yourself, but you know, you understand, right? And when you're not rude or self-seeking, easily angered, or you're keeping no records of wrongs, you're forgiving people and letting them have that free grace pass like that judge did with me. When you're not delighting in evil, that's what you're soaking in, but rather you're rejoicing with the truth. When you're protecting what's yours, what you have, when you're trusting the process, when you live in a state of hope that I know tomorrow is going to be better if I wake up for it. And when you're persevering, you can guarantee that you will not fail. That's the kind of light and the hope and the love and the joy and the peace we have to share with the world. And I know all of this triggers emotions in you, and I hope that it does. I'm not going to sit this sucker. No way. You couldn't pay me to go sell someone an older cell phone than what I have. I already feel bad for not having the newest option. Someone said the other day, oh, you must have this one. I'm like, what? I feel like mine's kind of new. I mean, it's not. I think it's I don't know. I think it's a 12 or a 13. I don't even know. I need to hear from you. Mary Martin, unmute for a second. Out loud, I want you to share one of these with your name involved. It doesn't matter. You share one.
Mary is not self-seeking.
Thank you. Tiffany Corpy, unmute. I know you're at work right now. You're going to do this where you get fired or caught or something.
Tiffany always trusts.
There you go. Rev, unmute. Share yours.
Rev does not envy.
There you go. Laura, can you unmute? You ready? She's been unmuting the whole time. Can you do it now?
Well, I'm on
Oh,
I'm on my laptop and my phone. So can you hear me?
yes, I can. There's two of you. Go for it. One of your personalities
Oh,
gets to
good.
share right now.
You've got two of me. That's you don't want two of me. Trust me.
Yes, I do. What's yours?
Laura never fails.
Yes, there you go. Dorothy, share yours.
Dorothy is kind.
Yeah. Dana, share yours.
Okay, I'm there. All right. Dana always perseveres.
There you go. Erica, share yours.
Erica always hopes.
Very good. Steve, share yours.
As soon as you read this one off, Carrie, I'm like, oh, this should be first. Steve never fails.
There you go.
It just doesn't happen.
There you go. Esther, share yours.
Esther always has hope.
Yeah. Sue, share yours. She always perseveres. I read her lips. Did y'all?
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. I'll say it again.
Sue always perseveres.
Very good. Cromwell, share yours before you have to go back to work.
Debbie keeps no records of wrongs.
There you go. Well then.
Omar keeps no records of wrongs. Yeah, he had it.
Do you want me to call you Welvin or Omar?
I put Omar on my paper, but everybody in my business, everybody in business calls me Welvin. Y'all can call me Omar if you like.
Okay. Okay. How about Ramo backwards?
My wife calls me that.
Who does?
My wife.
Oh, she already speaks backwards.
She calls me
too.
Ramon though.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. Harry, unmute and share one of yours. Thank you, Welvin. Omar, salam.
Harry always trusts.
There you go. There you go. Gayleen.
Gayleen is patient.
Yeah. Yeah, she is. And she lives it out. Jeanette Sparks, share with me one of yours.
Jeanette does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth.
iPhone 678982797 with that beautiful face. Unmute and share with me. Hold on. Try again. There you go. Try to unmute.
There we go. Hi, I'm Connie and I'm new, so this is my first one. So I'll put my name on the next time. I will say Connie always hopes.
I love it. Welcome, Connie.
Thank you.
This is unlike any of the others we've ever done. So you're in for a treat. Love it.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're here. Can't wait to get to know you more.
Thank you.
Stephanie Coney, unmute. Share with me one of yours. Uh-oh. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Stephanie. You're unmuted, but it's not working.
It's usually a Bluetooth thing when that happens.
Maybe. Gives me a minute. I can come and drink coffee. Connie, I hope you read the comments. Everybody's flooding their welcome for you. Stephanie, I'm not real sure. Put it in the chat, okay? And we'll come back. Try it again. Thomas, unmute and share with me yours.
Thomas is patient and always protects.
There we go. He got two of them. Kim, unmute. Thanks, Thomas.
I was going to do the Kim always protects.
Good. Love it. iPhone 3 in a blue jacket. Crystal, we're finding out names.
Hi. I think that's me you're talking to. I do not delight, Christy does not delight in evil, but rejoices in truth.
Very good. Glad to have
Thank
you,
you.
Christy.
Thank you.
Paula Rudd, unmute.
Good morning. Sorry, I was a little behind in getting on because I was dealing with my granddaughter. So I missed some of the stuff you were saying, but I got my Bible out and I said, okay, I'm just going to write what it says. So I put Paula envieth not.
Okay, there you go. She's reading King James Version, by the way. There's different versions of the Bible, and Paula definitely reads the same one my mom does. I'm like all the these and thous and thufs. Love it. Thanks, Paula. Miss J, unmute. What is yours? Miss J is what? Or is not what? Or is what?
Miss J is a giver.
There you go. Okay. Looking at the next. We've gone through a whole first page. I don't want to miss anyone. I think Karen McDonald, I see you. Unmute. Hi.
You found me.
I did.
Karen always trusts.
There you go. There you go. Okay. And then I want to know, and we're not going to discuss this, but it makes me go, why did you pick that one? And Steve, I'm going to call you out. You picked, no, you don't get to talk yet. I'm going to call you out and I'm going to say you picked that one because it's something that you've done and that you do and that you feel. And that's easy to say that one.
I think all the other ones just come really natural to me. And the Steve never fails because people think that if you lose, like if I'm on the racquetball court and I don't win the game, that doesn't mean I fail. And I really want people to have that mindset because every single time that I play, I learn. So you cannot fail if you learn something. When somebody tells me no in this business, oh, Steve failed today. No, I learned something today. The only way I fail is if I stop. So that's why I picked that one, Carrie.
Yeah. I would, that's good. Yeah. If you stop, it's the only way you fail. When you look at all of the other ones, when you look at patience, kindness, envy, I would also go and ask your friends, what do you think of Rev? Is he patient? Is he kind? In front of a group of your peers, as people see you or people that you worked with or for or whomever, they'll go, what is yours? Thank you, Jeanette Sparks, for asking. I got to do
Terry, I would have.
Go ahead, Debbie.
I would have liked to pick a lot of these ones, but I'm not that good at. I want to be, but I didn't pick them because I know I'm not.
And comes from that being raw and real and authentic and true to ourselves. It's easy to pick one that we've seen that we've not done. Like, I know I'm kind, so I can say Carrie is kind, and that's a true statement. But Carrie is working on being more patient. Carrie is working on not being easily angered or self-seeking. You understand? And so, but where we have to be in this positive affirmation is we can't say trying to be, working towards, but rather is. And when you see it and you speak it, that's what part of this practice is, that Jace put these patches together. Then you have these thoughts. That's putting a blanket statement there that speaks life and truth. And there's a period there, or there's an exclamation point where you need to put it. Right? You understand? So just line yourself up to all of this. And then from here, you can go on and add whatever you want to do. I can do, anything I put my mind to. I can become a vice president in Super Patch. I can watch my grandkids for the weekend. I can help my kids with their finances. Like whatever that positive thing is, I can go share this with a neighbor. I can let someone in today as I'm driving and getting on a busy highway. I can let them cut me off. Whatever that looks like, you continue to add to it. Okay, so this took as much time as it needed to with us this morning. And I want you to sit with it and think about it and carry it with you through your day. And I hope that you did write it down. I hope you understand that your words do have power. Saying it out loud gives it even more power. Sharing it with a friend gives it even more power. One thing I do want to talk about, and then we're going to spend some time inviting people to the Zoom, and we're going to do BLIMP. Okay, we've got some action activity we're going to do. But I want us to discuss, last Tuesday, Crystal challenged you to get an accountability partner. Do y'all remember? Yeah? I want to hear from you. If you reached out to that person, or if you didn't, I want to hear from you. How did that go? Who's brave enough to talk about it? Go ahead, Jeanette Sparks. Who'd you reach out to? How many did you say you were going to demo?
I said I was going, I said 2, and then I said 10, and you're like, what is it, Jeanette? And I said 5. But I said that I was in and out because I was distracted, and I thought you were talking about doing like a demo on Facebook Live or something like that. And then it hit me, and I realized what you were talking about. And so I reached out to Steve and asked him, or said about being accountability. And so we connected, and did I do any? I don't think, but you know what? I can't even remember. So this is another thing, my brain, I'm like, this was last week. And what did I do? I did do the demo on my son and my husband prior to last meeting, and it didn't work. So when I saw your demo the other day with your sister, and I'm like, okay, like, yeah. So anyway, Steve's my accountability partner, and I don't think I did any.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. Who would like to share about also how that went? And I'm looking for hands or people to unmute. Esther, go ahead. Who is your accountability partner, Esther?
Gayleen.
Okay. How did that go?
One, it was so special because it was like, okay, God, I was kind of, I don't know any of you. I'm so far away from all of you guys and all that kind of stuff. And Gayleen reached out to me and said, do you want to be my accountability partner? So it's kind of funny. I'm in Alaska. She's in Florida. Going to be farther apart, right? But we got on the phone. We talked for 2 hours. We have so much that we can relate and understand each other about our life experiences, our worldview, all that kind of stuff. It was absolutely amazing. So we are, and then she invited me to the Zoom with Paula on Tuesday evenings. And, so I got to do that last week. This week I'm in town, can't do it, but I will hopefully be able to do that again. And yeah, it's been amazing. We message each other each morning on what we're doing. It's also, she's been in this business longer and such. And so I've learned so much from her already too. So it's absolutely amazing. Yeah.
All right. Tell me how the accountability went.
I definitely am doing BLIMP way more than I ever have done. Yep.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I love everything you're telling me, and I'm excited about it. But you were accountable to doing demos that day. How did that go?
No, I didn't. That day, I did not do demos, but this past, at the market, I did 11. That's most I've ever done in the trunk.
That's really good. That's really, really good. Did Gayleen do any demos that day? No.
No, no. She's saying no.
No, I
It's
didn't
like,
get
yeah.
my demos in.
No.
So
But then, sorry, Brett what called me to be accountable too. So I don't know who I'm accountable, but you know, the more the merrier.
yeah.
So
So you had people reaching out and looking around, right, Gayleen? And sometimes we get our feet held to the fire like that. It's like, hey, you said you were going to do 2 today, or you said you're going to do 3. Why didn't you do them? And I love that you guys carried on that conversation, and there's different parts of ways you're connecting, because that's how you find an accountability partner. You get to know them, and you get to, you know, what do you have in common? How is life for you? And then you learn from each other and with each other. And so I love that you did that part, even though the demos weren't had. That's really great. You know, like how else would you have met someone? So that, Crystal, isn't it fun to listen to see how this went? Cromwell, how'd yours go? And then Sue, you're next. Debbie Cromwell, can you hear me? How did yours go?
It went good. Sorry, the principal was talking on the speaker. So we live like 15 minutes away from each other. We're not in the same downline or anything, me and Ginger. And we ended up kind of getting to know each other first, and just like our personalities, and in the end we're like, okay, what do we need from each other? And so we talked about that. We built a group. Neither of us had done a demo, but I had done 2 more. And by the way, I was late. I ended up doing a demo today. My science instructor, she's over the whole secondary science departments, and I just did a demo on her, and she was just like, wow.
That's
so
awesome.
yeah. So, and I told her it's science. She's just like, and she wears one of those things for diabetes.
Oh yeah, the Dexcom.
And I told her that she needs to use the Defend, right?
Yeah, for sure. Liberty and
So,
Defend. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So,
Thanks for sharing that. I'm glad you and Ginger connected. It's so
Yeah.
great when you even have someone closer. You guys can get together and do demos at coffee shops, and just set out to go to a shopping mall and just walk and, you know, tag team and do that together. I love that. Thanks for sharing. Sue, how many demos did you say you would do that day is my first question.
Dorothy and I both said we would do 2.
Okay, so
and neither one of us did 2 that day, but we both were truthful, and we connected. I mean, she connected with me at the end of the night and told me she didn't have time, and I had both my grandkids here all day, so I didn't have time for that. But I did go online, and what I've been doing every day is kind of reaching out to people from my past, not just the BLIMP thing, but just people that I already know really well, just to reconnect so I can get things going, because I don't want to just go out there and start talking about the patches. So just what Steve has been saying. But Dorothy and I have decided we don't have our system in place yet, but we are going to be accountable to each other, right, Dorothy? We're on different time zones. But I did do more demos during the week than I normally do, even though I didn't do any that day. So I feel like that helped.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Way to take that action. Dorothy, you feeling the same? Good. Dana, who was your accountability partner, and how many demos did you say you'd do that day? Unmute first. I'm trying to read your lips. I'm having a hard time.
Sorry, I thought I pushed it. So me and Paula are partners. I think I said 5. I did 2, and I don't believe she said she didn't do hers, but she did have the grandbaby. But we have a really big event this weekend. The me, her, Esther, and Elizabeth. So we have a 3-day event. So we're all going to be doing some demos this weekend.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And thank you for sharing that. I have to be honest with y'all. Accountability is hard. Doing what you say you're going to do is hard. And when someone else is looking and watching, and you have to have an excuse as to why you didn't do it, that's even harder. And I really am happy that you're connecting and being accountable with one another. But I'm gonna play coach for a minute. Will you allow that? Can you allow me to be in a huddle, and this is the last part of the game? We got to pull it together, because if you don't do your part, we're not going to the championship. Get all the buts out of the way. I heard a lot of things, and then I heard, but I have this coming, but I did this instead, but we decided, but, 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 take it out. Do the activity. Do the action you're supposed to do. So I'm going to challenge you again right now in front of Crystal because she's here. She had to leave because she had a family thing. She was at a meeting she had to do last week, but you talked to the person you reached out to last week. You come up with a number between the two of you or three of you. Gayleen, you've got two people holding your feet to the fire in different time zones. But you come up to a number and then you do it. You don't give an excuse. You make it happen, whether it's someone that has a patch and you FaceTime them. And 9, no one's going to be your partner after what I just said, Erica. Who's going to be Erica's partner? And if you're on here looking for an accountability partner, how many demos can you do? If we're not taking the action, if we're not putting on our shoes to get ready to go out for a walk, it's going to hurt. I don't care how rough your feet are. You don't know the terrain. It's not your normal when you walk out, not just your sidewalk. No, you could be walking in stickers or cactus or I don't know what you have that could be ice. It could be something, okay? Snow. You got to have your shoes on. If you won't put your shoes on, you're not going to be protected when you go out there. And maybe you don't have perfect vision and you need your glasses. What if I took your glasses and said, no, you got to just blindly go out? We are all a part of a team. We all have to do our part. What's your part? Doing what you say you would do. I remember whenever I met Steve and he had given a speech about a thing that says, because I said I would. And he had these bracelets for it. And then I went on stage and talked about, yeah, because Steve, because I said so. I changed it to my own version because I said so, because that's what you say to yourself. So do it because you said you would, but do it because you said so. Like you have to say. So I want you to take all the butts out. Do it again. Can y'all do that? Can you try for that? I hope you said, no, I can't try for that, Carrie. I'm doing it. All right. If you are not inviting people to the opportunity Zoom, you're missing out on a very easy way to grow your business. All you have to do is invite them. They say yes. You send them the link. Let them know they don't want to miss the link after the fact. We have all of those links in there for you. Copy, save them, put them where you need them to be so they make sense for you. Get them on. We'll close them right then, right there. You have my word. If you bring a guest on tonight's testimony Q&A time with Crystal and I, we will close them. We will ask them what they thought. We will ask them, do they want to be a customer or a customer gets paid? We will ask them, what would they do with an extra $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $500? We will do the discovery part for you. That's what a three-way is. We've guaranteed to do that for you on those Zooms in front of everyone. It doesn't matter. The more guests we have on there, the better it's going to feel for your guests, right? You've got to invite people. Carrie, who do I invite? Anyone. Hey, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. My little sister can now run on a treadmill for the first time in her life. Would you take a look at what this could do for you? I would be so happy if you'd be my guest. I have a friend who underwent a hip surgery, and instead of using all the crazy pharmaceuticals, she used our pain patch instead. Would you mind getting on this Zoom with me tonight and hearing how this can change the pain pills you use? Look, we have a huge vision here. I'm a part of something that's so much bigger than me. Can you get on and see if there's a place that you can help out to those people that you know that are givers? Those people that you know that like to leave people better than you found them. That's the message you send. You know the person you're sending it to, right? Hey, would you do me a favor and check this out? I know you've tried the patch before. It helped you with this. Do you mind? And then you can add a little touch to it at the end if you'd like and say, all of my guests that get on get their name in a drawing for $50. Carrie, why are you giving them $50? Because I'm letting them see I value. Look, Debbie, unmute. Is this a science teacher? Y'all look, this is real life.
I just demoed her, one of my teachers, the Liberty. She was amazed, and she's got pain in her neck. So I just put a freedom patch on her. So I'm hoping that this pain will go away for her. So this is Holly saying hi.
Hi, Holly. Hi. Hey, Holly. Holly,
Yes.
are you busy next Wednesday night?
I've got two kids that play sports.
How about
so
this
yes.
Thursday?
How about this Thursday?
Well, yes,
at 7
p.m. Maybe I have to check my at-home calendar because I
I
have.
was just wondering if you'd want to meet up with some really cool people. The creator of that patch you're wearing right now, that's going to take that pain from you. He's going to be in Texas. He's from.
Oh,
Cameron.
that's really cool. That's very cool. I'll get with Miss Cromwell and I will let her know.
Awesome. Nice to meet you, Holly.
It was nice to meet you guys. Bye, guys.
All right. That's fun. That's real life. You know? So you meet someone, you heard something, you share it with them, and then you immediately take action, right? So you can you really can't say the wrong thing to the right person. You're always going to say the right thing to the right person, whoever wants to hear it. Well, but going to share amidst this.
Yeah. Did I unmute? Okay. So what you were saying about inviting people to the call, if you're not inviting, you should be. Right now, I invited somebody the day before yesterday, and I got his phone number. That was key because he texted me and said, I couldn't make it, but do you have anything tomorrow or the day after? I said, sure. Tomorrow morning, which is now. This morning, about 30 minutes into the session, he texts again. Hey, I just got a shift this morning. They're gonna run me all day. You got anything tonight or tomorrow or the day after? But he's following up with me. That's telling me something, and I should follow back up with him. So I'm continuing, and he might come on tonight. So just wanted to drop that golden nugget. Get the cell phone number.
Yep. Get their numbers. When you demo people, get their numbers and write down the conversation you had so you can re-trigger that thought. And they go,
I didn't even demo him.
That's awesome. Yeah. When you do talk to people, write down so that you know they were paying attention. They were paying attention. That person cares. And so why offer that $50 giveaway? Why do you think I would do that? Anybody?
To get people on the call.
Say again, Dana?
To get people on the call.
Okay. That's one thing. Crystal,
Well,
what do you think? Why do you think I would do that?
Value people's time.
Yeah. Paula?
Also, if they decide to join, that's the money for their, well, it would be their $40 now. Plus
right?
10 I could spend,
Right? That's my thought process. If I can bless someone and they can have one less excuse.
I'm going to say because you're confident in our products.
Yeah. Yeah. If I could pay for everybody in the world to do this, I would. That's wrong. That's illegal. But it definitely gets people's attention. Oh, she cares that I spent 30 minutes to an hour somewhere. I'm getting paid to do that. There's a chance I might win something. You can give away a sample of their choice. This young lady that asked me if she could sample the free pack of a pain patch. I'm going to write this down. I got to write her name down. Her name's Stephanie Payne. I could be like, hey, I'd be glad to give you a sample if you get on this Zoom tonight. Yeah. And I'm going to meet up with her like Thursday or Friday. Got a funeral this week. You never know what life's going to do. There are so many different ways that you can invite people to this. But if you don't do it, you're going to be sitting here next Tuesday wishing you'd done it. What if I told you if you invited 25 people to tonight's Zoom, next Tuesday you'd get $250? Would you do it? What if I told you if you enrolled 10 people in the business, you'd get $1,000 the following month? Uh-oh. Would you do it? Okay, because that's totally possible. If you bring in 10 people with an Omni kit, that's $1,000 in bonuses. Did y'all see what I did there? I asked you a possible question. I hope, And I pray that throughout your time, as you're listening and learning and taking in and hearing the conversation, that eventually it sits and soaks with you, and then you go spread it and you finally get it. Oh, I could make $1,000 next month. Yeah. All I gotta do is bring in 10 people with the Omni kit. Yeah. That's only in bonuses. You can literally give yourself a raise. It's something I look at every day. That's my goal. Bring in someone with momentum or Omni kit. Because those two have the best value. Did you know that as an associate, you can go grab any of those kits, even momentum? I had an associate ask me, I wish I could get momentum. I go, I wish you'd look at your back office. Yeah, I did. I play hardball well then. I wish you'd look at your back office. Because it's the very first one there. Mic drop. I dropped my own mics. Okay. Yeah, right? It's true. So, as we are patiently moving through our day, please, if you're not inviting people to the Opportunity Zoom, you're committing business suicide right now. You've got to get them in front of it. And remember what Jay said this weekend. Level 1. I want to be on level 1. Y'all remember that? Level 1, level 2, level 3 about building your business. Level 1, new people, invite them to the Zoom, get them on 3-way calls, get them on the things, get them involved. That's all part of it. And then just do it again. Wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. Hey, do any of you read the instructions on your toothpaste tube?
No.
Have you ever? No? Why not?
Because we know what to do.
How do you know?
I'm sure I've read it once.
Because we had someone there showing us in person.
Yeah, Mama taught me.
It's natural.
I don't even know which of my parents taught me. How many of you have ever read that? Have you read it? Have you read it? Hold on.
I taught my younger siblings.
You taught your younger siblings. All right, y'all are going to get up in my business because, see, my office is in my bedroom and my bathroom is in my bedroom. So I got Colgate. All y'all crunchy mamas, including you, Crystal, let me know how bad this is for me. I don't care. I'm going to put this in the bathroom when you come visit.
I know, and I'm gonna come revamp your whole cabinet. We just threw out all the poisons out of. I'm not even kidding.
All the things I need to get rid of, and she's like, "I'm not kidding." That's okay. I like this one. I like how it feels. Adults and children 2 years of age and older brush teeth thoroughly, preferably after each meal, or at least twice a day, or as directed by a dentist or physician. Children 2 to 6 years use only a pea-size amount. What if you don't know what a pea is? Pea size? What's a pea? Like a little green pea? And supervise child's brushing and rinsing to minimize swallowing. Children under 2, ask a dentist or physician. Preferably, how many of you brush your teeth after each meal? You do, Dorothy? You don't, Crystal, don't lie. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't. Like, come on. Did you know that there's these little travel toothbrushes? I've discovered those when we traveled to Moldova. Someone brought them over to me and I was really afraid of it. I was like, what do you do? She's like, you just bite into it and you start brushing and it's got like a little pick on the other end. And I'm like, but I've never done this before. I have a point. Are y'all following?
Trust.
No one taught me how to use this that I can recall. It was just noted. Go brush your teeth. Lord knows how much I used or didn't use. I don't know. And I've never asked my dentist how to do it. Then fast forward and I'm 38 years old and I go to Moldova and someone walks over with me a new toothbrush. And this toothbrush already has toothpaste in it. And she goes, you just do it. You just bite down. It's probably, Crystal, it's probably bad for me. I'm going to say it. I'm going to get one. Hold on. I promise you are going to love this.
I'm gonna get her healthy, you guys. You just wait. I'm gonna go to her house and revamp. She has no idea. I'm just throw everything away. She said, you got to bake banana bread. It's not going to have sugar in it. You just wait.
Dinner healthy. I'm almost got it. Hold on.
Someone asked about BLIMP. We'll go over BLIMP in just a couple minutes here, and then I have something special I want to share with you guys too that should help you. So dig deeper, Carrie.
I'm looking. I know I have it in here.
How was that affirmation for you guys? I was thinking about, I write Bible studies for my family. We do them together, and I was trying to figure out one to do today. And what she just shared, I can't wait to sit down with my kids and do it. I've got at home 6, 10, 13, and almost 18 at home. And I think about all the things that they've gone through over my journey. And I think, how beautiful is it that I can almost rewire the things that they've had to overcome just from my illness, and from doing that. What I want to say is, when you take a look at what you learned over the mastermind on Saturday, really take it deep, like a deep breath, and really soak it all in, and look at where you can share that outside of Super Patch, because there's a lot you can learn from that, and people are going to benefit from that. Go ahead, Carrie, show it.
I found it. It was in my backpack in a zipper. I wasn't. You see this? Do y'all see that little blue dot? That's the toothpaste. Okay. So I don't remember who taught me how to use this, but I know how to do it real well. I do know they taught me to do it before I go to bed at night, and then you're not supposed to eat after you do it. And what's funny is, I'm just going to be honest. Like, okay, now that I'm an adult, if I want to eat something before I go to bed, I will. And I don't go rebrush sometimes. Okay, judge as much as you want. You're already judging me anyway because I'm using Colgate. But my little sister, who is raised by the same parents, she refuses. No, I'll have to go brush my teeth again. I'm like, Shelby, you're 28. Like, do what you want. Okay. So I don't remember who taught me, but I know that I know how to use it. This was really weird and foreign. And I was on a plane. We'd been on a plane for like 13 hours, and she brings this over, and I'm like, what is this? I'm like, no, this can't be good for you. As I'm eating Doritos, this can't be good for you. Are y'all following what I'm saying to you? Do you understand the hidden message here? You never read the directions, but it's innate. You know how to do it. Someone brings along something new. You're a little afraid, but you know what she said? Just do it. And at the time, I trusted her, and I just did it. And I'm looking at my husband, and he's brushing, and I'm brushing, and it's like, you have to like pop it, okay? And you just literally, and you swallow it. Well, that goes against this. Where do I spit it? You don't. You swallow it. It's almost like you're chewing on an Altoid, but it's got some brush action. Have any of y'all ever used one of these? Okay, I gotta put it down. Have any of y'all ever used one of these? Yeah. So, but you don't spit anywhere. You swallow it. It's on the go. But dang, that goes against what I was taught. All right, listen. What you do here with Super Patch, that mindset shift, that paradigm. I'm telling you, Weldon's going to lead the next one, Crystal. That shift of what you're making in your head. Okay, that's how it used to be. But this is what you're doing today. It's a simple thing that says, okay, I'm going to do it anyway. So whether no one's there to teach you how to do it, you've seen it, they've done it, that means it's possible. Jeanette Sparks, you go do that demo as many times as you need to, and you go do that on your husband and your kids, and you make it work. You can do it without even touching them. When you watch how I go through the explanation with Sandra and I, when we explained how to do that, you can do the range of motion. I mean, you can do stuff sitting down and moving hands and things like that. Yeah.
So it was when I was trying to pull them down, and so when they had their hands like this in the chest, I felt like my strength has been depleted and anyway, I wasn't moving them. They were not being unbalanced. So,
and there is sometimes that I'm not able to move people, but I'm all of 5'4", like every bit of fun size. And there's a guy that's 6'8", 300 pounds, and I was able to move him. And so I have the faith that because it's been done, I've done it, I can do it again. And so I'll just try all the different ways. So, you know, the other thing too, Jeanette, hop on that plane, come to Texas. I'll teach you how to do it next Wednesday.
The other thing too,
right?
the other thing too is it's not about you being stronger than them. It's not about you being stronger than them. And that's why we always do it twice. Okay. So we do it the first time, so we feel how strong they really are, and we know how hard we can pull, right? Then we do the second time, so they give it all they've got. And sometimes they don't budge. But when you put that patch on them, as long as you are committed to you're going to be stronger, it's not about me being stronger than you. And you put that patch on them and you really tug without fear, you're gonna you're gonna feel the difference. They are gonna feel the difference.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. You'll get there. And I would suggest getting with Lori O'Brien, who lives close, so she can show you and y'all can demo people together, because she does it all the time also. I know you guys are like, what, 30 minutes apart? So that's really cool. So connect with someone and do that. But the thing is like, now I have no problem using this. It was new. It was a little weird, but my mindset said, okay. And so now they stay with me and they travel with me, and it's a go-to. Eventually all of this becomes second nature, and you're going to go, I don't even remember the first person that taught me the demo. It's just something I do. Yeah, but along the way it changed, and now it's a watch. What are we going to do? We're going to change with it. But wait, it's moving to a 1.5, and it's going to have a different pattern on it. How am I going to know what it is? Just figure it out. Figure it out. Go, Welvin.
Most people have a problem with letting go of the old and embracing the new because they don't have the confidence in themselves to do it. But as babies, we had all the confidence in the world to want to how to walk, run, eat, talk. It's innate in us to do these things. So we just forgot about our innate abilities. And once we realize that we're the same person as we were when we were a baby, just in seed form, okay, we are the evolution of that. We should be that much more confident.
That's right. And which is why we did the practice today of retraining your brain for positive affirmations with that combo. So reminding you of things that you do naturally, getting you back to before that was corrupt, right? And Crystal, it stinks. These people that are getting off early, they're about to miss learning about BLIMP and hearing the activity part that's going to push them into action. Because you guys, 90 minutes. Crystal, you're taking on for the rest of here to walk us through BLIMP and talk to us about that, as well as amazing patch stories, and then we'll hop out of here.
She gave me 9 minutes, you guys, because she knows how fast I can talk. So buckle in. I'm just kidding. BLIMP. Let's talk about a few things. Okay. So we've talked about mindset today. And today our goal for you is to get you into intentional, intense action. When Carrie and I talked yesterday, we were trying to, we always think about like, what would we title it? What are we going to base this around if we kind of game plan a little bit? And she said intentional and intense action, which means we have to get up out of our comfort zone, and we have to stop getting in our own way, and we have to get out there and share what we've got. Okay. And so a couple ways that we've done this, and this is part of the reason, if you're not catching on, we're really going to be a little bit more intense with you, because we want to be intentional with our time. We're giving you 90 minutes of our time. We're trying to cram in as much mindset and business training as we can. And if you're new here, you're probably like either loving it or thinking we're nuts. But I promise you, stick with us, because our goal is to just help you benefit or grow within your business. So we have a group called Amazing Patch Stories, Real People, Real Results group. If you're not in there, you need to have your sponsor or your upline add you to that group. It is our customer referral potential group is what we'll call it. All of your customers, all of your associates should be in that group, and you should be encouraging every single one of them and yourself to share a testimony at least one time a week. at least one time a week. Carrie and I, we admin that group along with a few other people, and we are very intentional about getting in there and sharing the testimonies and doing engaging posts and making sure we share when the opportunity events are. So we're doing some of that inviting and sharing for you in that group, but it's not our group. It's our group. Do you get it? It is for our team. Okay. And so if everyone's not participating and you guys are all on here, I pay attention to who's on here and I know who adds testimonies because we approve them. So I want to see you posting more. This is about intentional action. And no, I'm not your boss. I have no say. Some of you aren't even in my organization. That's okay. But if you're here and you're sitting here, it's because you're looking for guidance. And so without, taking and going and putting it into action, you're just learning stuff that does not benefit you unless you actually use it. So please be adding people to that Amazing Patch Stories group. Make sure your team is in there. Make sure your customers get in there. Make sure any person you talk to about the patches get in there. And you guys, you can cold add too. You can cold add, which means you can just add people from your friends list. We're not harassing them. They're not getting messages from us. We're not spamming them with information. The only place they're seeing it is when they're in their doom scroll. Okay? Their doom scroll on social media. How many of you doom scroll? How many of you waste time? Be honest with yourself. How many of you waste 15 minutes a day scrolling? How many of you waste? Keep your hands up. How many of you waste? None of you. Some of you don't have your hands up. So you're saying you don't scroll for at least 15 minutes a day? None of you? Okay. Miss J, put your hand up because I see your videos you put up. Put your hand up. Who scrolls for 30 minutes a day? Who gets in the doom scroll for 45 to an hour? Who watches videos for 2 hours before you realize it's done? Okay. This is what people are doing. And without getting too crazy, because I only have a few minutes left, the reality is that's what the system wants you to do. That's what it's in place to do, is to keep you distracted. And when there's people like us on a mission to help people change their lives, on a mission to uplift and empower other people, to welcome them in a community, to give them things that are going to help them, the only way we can get into their faces is to intercept their doom scroll. Get it? Okay. So, and this probably is for a whole nother training, but there's a lot of information that the internet collects about you. Okay. And that's why the algorithm is that's why it works the way it does. So when you invite them to Amazing Patch Stories group, it doesn't matter if they accept the invite ever. When they're scrolling, they're going to see all of our posts. So they're going to see Rev talking about his pain. They're going to see Erica talking about her focus, Kim talking about how she's got more energy. They're going to see all the different posts that we've got up in there from each of us, and we work together as a community to help share what we've got. That group is an undervalued asset. Let me say it one more time. That group is an undervalued free asset. Okay. A lot of time has gone into making sure that group functions. I just want to see you use it. I just want to see that group benefit all of you the way that I know that it can. Okay, so you have to be consistent with sharing in there. Consistently add people every day. Consistently share or comment when you add people to the group. Tag them in posts that are relevant for them. Tag them in the welcome post. If you see that they're in the welcome post, we share those every so often. Message them and say, hey, this one's from Melly's book. She says, hey, I saw that you just joined the group. Let me know if you need any help finding anything. You can use the toolbar to search up symptoms or different things that the patches can help with. Okay. Use that group to your advantage. Use it to your advantage. All right. The other thing is BLIMP. And you guys, we've done trainings on these. So if you are new, you're going to get into Miracle Workers. And I'm just going to say, go into the search bar and type in BLIMP, BLIMP. But real quick, I'll run through it. And today, my challenge for you is to get it done. Okay. And so please do it. Because we aren't your bosses. Some of us can see your work when we go into our back office. We can see what you're doing, as far as like your report, and we can see all those things. But the background work, there's no way for us to possibly hold each of you accountable because you're adults. This is your business. You're here because you want to help people, but you're here to build a business. And so when we share with you, When we share with you, we want you to go out and take these actions because we're doing it. We're not sharing a bunch of stuff out of some guru's book that says this is what works, and then we're hoping that we pass it along on you guys and suddenly all of us become successful. We're teaching you tips that work, things that we utilize, things that we've developed, things that have proven success, but they take time. And any business takes time. How many of you have ever owned a brick and mortar business? Okay. All right. I'll tell you what, it cost me a heck of a lot more than a couple $1,000 to start my cafe. And it cost me a whole lot more than $90 a month to operate that cafe. Okay. And then I had to go find people that would work and do all the things. And you still have to pick up the slack and do all the things. There is not a better business model than what we have with the Super Patch Company. You have low overhead. You don't really need inventory. You wear the stuff that you're buying. So when you buy your patches, you're getting a discount on something you're already wearing. If you choose to sample, that's for you, but make sure that follow-up's strong. Make sure you're getting people on three-way calls to close the deal, right? That's what our job is here. That's what our job is here. When we step into leadership, our goal isn't just us, it's to help you. It's to help you grow. And Carrie and I, we host these not just for our own organizations, but for everyone, because we want to see everyone grow. If we can teach the whole team how to do it the right way, our business is going to be around for a really long time. Okay? So Amazing Patch Stories Group. But the BLIMP system, for those of you who don't know what that is, the BLIMP system is a structure that I put, and we are going to go over just a few minutes. If you have to jump off, go ahead. We might be here till about 45, so forgive me. But the BLIMP system is birthday. Carrie, can you put it in the comments? Birthday, like, interact, message, plus 5. Birthday, like, interact, message, plus 5. This is a structure that I took, a system, right, that I took from years of just different mentorship and things I was told. And, you know, sometimes you trial and error different things, and then you find something that works. This system took me from like 12 to 1,400 Facebook followers to over 100,000 organically in a year. I didn't pay for them. I didn't boost my ads. I didn't mass message people. I did this system 100%. Otherwise, I wouldn't have wrote it in my book. I wouldn't be teaching you today if it wasn't a system that worked, because I'd be making a fool of myself. How many of you used the BLIMP system and seen it work? Those of you with your hands down, I'm going to say that if you haven't used it or it didn't work for you, you weren't consistent. And I know this only to say because I've done it. I've been inconsistent in my own strategy and seen the effects of what happens when you're not consistent with your business. Okay. So I built this so that we can consistently be helping or reaching out to our algorithm. Now, the way the Facebook algorithm works, and I'm not going to get into a huge training on this. Okay. It's mastering the algorithm. Well, but it's like $19 on Amazon. Omar, sorry, it's going to take me a few minutes. I'll get it. I got you. Okay. Sorry, let me get back to my mind. The algorithm is always changing. Okay. But not really. It's only changing when you tell it to. Okay. And the Facebook algorithm is how the computer tells what sites you're going to see, what commercials you see, what ads you see, who you see on social media, what group post you're seeing, what, all the different things, what friends you see. Right? Okay, that's why we're always like set to make sure you see everything in the Miracle Workers group, because the Facebook algorithm doesn't just naturally do that for you. So when you use BLIMP and you go into your birthday list each day and you click on them, you go right into there and you get to their page and you like and interact with a few posts, and then you send them a message and you say, hey, Erica, happy birthday. What are you up to today? Hey, Erica, happy birthday. What kind of things are you doing fun for yourself today? Okay. So you ask them an open-ended question. You use their name, you personalize it. Okay. And I promise you, personalization is big. It's huge because people want to see, they want to feel seen, valued, and heard, right? Okay. And then the hardest part for everyone, because you have to get out of your own way, is you go in and you add 5 people from their friends list. You just randomly do it. Yes, I know it's scary. I'm not telling you to get into detective mode. I'm not telling you to get in there and message every person that you add and say, hey, I'm not telling you to message the person who has a birthday today and say, hey, I have a 25% discount for you. It's your birthday. Please don't do that. Because if you come across someone like me, that is a coaching opportunity. I've text Carrie, don't I? I do it. I do, you guys. I do, because we're in an industry that gets a bad name from bad coaching, from bad mentors, from bad leadership. And when you have these learned behaviors that trickle in, Kim, do you remember the messages that used to have 1,000 emojis? Just nod yes. 1,000 emojis, and then everyone would comment or copy and paste, and you got the same stupid post on everybody's page? That's what gives us a bad rep. So what we're teaching is you got to change it up. Be personal, build those relationships. Invite them to an opportunity that's actually going to benefit them, but don't just throw it and vomit it all over them. Open the door. And so BLIMP allows you to open the door without feeling scared, without feeling spammy. Because there's another process that we could take the B, and instead we can just go to our friends list. We can do LIMP. And so we just go to a FLIMP. We'll call it FLIMP. Friends list, like, interact, message +5. We could do this. Okay. So if you don't have people that are on the birthday list, you can go to your friends list and go, okay, A's, I'm going to reach out to 10 of you today. Okay, B's. And you just keep track. Okay. But the BLIMP system allows you to have that warm intro to say, hey, Rev, I see it's your birthday today. What are you doing special for yourself? Hey, Kim, I realize that we've been friends on Facebook for a while and we've never had an opportunity to chat. I'd love to get to know you a little bit. I see it's your birthday. What are you up to today? See how that warm introduction feels a lot better than, hey, I see we're friends together. What's up? What do you do? Do you want to see my post? Do you want to see my patches? I have a patch. It's great for you. I saw a post about your dog dying and I see how sad you are. Let me give you a 25% discount on my joy patch. Doesn't that feel gross? Doesn't it feel spammy? Predatorial? We don't want to do those things. So that's why the BLIMP system works. And as you message them, it doesn't matter if they ever message you back. The algorithm now says, oh, I see. Christy wants to hear from this person. Sue and this person speak together. So they're going to see more of your posts and you're going to see more of theirs. Now there's a more in-depth training on BLIMP in our Miracle Workers group. So just type in BLIMP and you're going to see it. Do it every single day. Okay. Now we're running out of time, so I'm going to do a separate video. And that separate video, I'm going to show you how to download your information on Facebook. So I'm going to do this after we close out today so I can have it on this recording. So you're welcome to stay for it, but I'm just going to tell you now what I'm doing so I can make it a separate thing. Okay. Because it's going to take
I'm interrupting you to say I'm doing a giveaway for everybody that stays on through the end because I value your time and what you may win, you're going to want to hear. So hold on.
Okay, good. Okay, that makes me happier. So there we go. Okay.
Whatever I can do to make you happier.
Thank you. Thank you. Sometimes these go a little over. It's just how it goes. And today, I don't think that it's a bad thing that we went over because what Carrie shared this morning was gold. Okay, what the Holy Spirit put on her heart to share with you today was pure authenticity, the love that we need to understand, because you have to have a love for people in order to want to talk to them and share with them. Some of us are not just like extroverted. We're very introverted. We're scared to reach out. We're trying to help you with these tools that allow you to open up just a little bit. Okay, so what I've gathered over the weekend, and see, it's really nice from a leadership standpoint to have the CEO pour into you. Yes, we've seen a million trainings just like it. If you're doing personal development, I'm sure you can find a million trainings that talk about similar things. But it coming from Jay, because we personally know him, we have that connection with him, to hear it from him, someone we know, someone we really respect, is like key. And so over the weekend, as I don't know, internally processed and externally, my husband gets to hear everything, externally processed, right? I realized I'm in my own way. I'm in my own way. Okay. Now, recently we've been talking about, you've heard me say a million times before we even had the Zoom this weekend. We didn't know what they were going to, I mean, kind of, but I wasn't at the training. He talked about telling your story. And I've been saying recently, I'm getting back into storytelling. I'm getting back. Do you see how we're aligned here? I just want you guys to realize, you see how we're aligned? Look at Carrie, alignment. aligned. Okay. But I'm getting back into storytelling because my story matters. Your story matters. Okay. But how do I get in front of people? You guys, I'm a disabled mom of 5. I homeschool 4 of them. I cannot drive. You understand? I have chiasmal neuritis. I don't know if any of you know this. I have no peripheral vision. I cannot see if you enter until about here. Okay. So I get jump scares all the time. I also have, multiple sclerosis. I have a lot of things that prevent me from going out to be independent. Okay. And so I rely a lot on other people. In the last 3.5, well, now it's been dang near since 2020, right? I had to build from my bed. I had to build my business, my network. These 180 some thousand followers on Facebook did not come from me going out in person with everyone as much as I want to. It didn't. It came from me laying in bed, being consistent because I had no other choice. Okay. And so over time, I started to just say, okay, I'm going to reach out to people online. Well, the beautiful thing about our technology is that it works in seconds. And so we want to put it on as many people as we can, and we want to go out and do the demo. But when you live a lifestyle like mine, and my husband truly is my primary caregiver, you guys, is it crazy to hear that I need assistance every single day to some of you? Is it crazy? Because I just show up so bluntly, so boldly, right? But I do. That's what happens on the back end. Okay. And so for me, building online has always been a way that I'm able to. And I also strongly believe that the Lord has put these people in my place because I'm supposed to minister to them. Okay. In many ways, through my journey, through my story, through what we've got to offer, and through what the Holy Spirit shares and puts on my heart to share with them. But I've been getting in my own way because I've been going, well, how do I make new people? This my mindset, as we're teaching you every single week, I'm saying, well, how do I go out there and meet new people? How do I go out there and build my, my lead list? How do I do these things when I can't even drive? I can't go. I've got people in the cities, in the town over, that are on my team that want me to drive to them. And I think, I can't just come to you. I can't just drop what I'm doing. I'm dependent on everyone else. So I decided over the weekend to get out of my own way. And I really prayed on it. And God brought a realization to me that I have a whole lot of people in my lead bank. I've got a lot of people in my lead bank. And there's a lot of you that have a lot of people in your lead bank. Your friends list. How many of you have more than 100 people on your friends list? Keep your hands up. How many of you have 200 people on your friends list? Facebook. How many people have 300 people on their friends list? 700, 1,000, 1,200, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 3,500, 4,000, 4,500, 5,000. Those 5,000 people, those 4,000 people, those 3,000 people, all the hundreds of people that you have added didn't come overnight. A lot of the people, the reason my friends list is maxed out, I'll give you a hint. If anyone comments in the comment, I'm going to send you my book for free. 1, 2, you got, oh, Carrie. You ruined it. Okay, that's fine. BLIMP. That's how I added these people to my friends list. BLIMP. Okay. So now I realize I have all these people on my friends list, and you guys, everyone had like 100 people at least. That'll keep you busy for a week. Well, that's scary. 100 people in a week. I tell you what, it'll keep you busy. So I had an epiphany. I had a realization that I have all these people, and I thought, well, What am I supposed to do? Just scroll through my friends list and find them all and write them down? That's a lot of work. Well, Facebook makes it easy for you. Did you know that you can download your Facebook information? Did you? Do you know Facebook keeps a record of every post you've ever made, every message you've ever sent? This is going to scare some of you. Take a deep breath. But did you know that you can download your entire friends and followers list? You can. So I'm going to show you from my page how it works. Now you have to have a little patience with this. What I did, let me explain. And guys, this is consistency. This isn't boastful. This is to encourage and inspire you, because the things that we teach you, we do. But we sometimes get in our own way too. Over the last year, I downloaded only the people that I actually had follow me or added as a friend. Okay. And it took a few days to get back because they're big files. And I got everyone that followed me over the last year. There were 47,000 individuals on that list. Hearing me? 47,000. Just who followed me, just cold market. They're warm market because they follow me. Maybe they see my stuff. Maybe they don't. If I reached out to 20 of them a day, I'm busy for the next 6.5 years. I did the math. Okay. But over the last year, I added who accepted the friend request, or I accepted friend request, about 500 friends in the last year. Okay. So I downloaded both those lists because it turns out I have a huge network. They may not be on this phone, but I have a huge network. And that's what was getting in my way, is I kept hearing everything you need is right here. Everything is here. And I kept thinking, well, my contact list sucks. I don't have a lot of people in my phone. And I thought, wait, my Facebook is in my phone. Wait a minute. I do have a lot of people. And so what I'm going to do, what I've done, is I have downloaded my list. Now, all of you are going to have different size lists, and I don't tell you this 47,000 to feel like inferior. I tell you because this is the work I've put in for a very long time. And now I get to reap the benefits of actually utilizing it, but I have gotten in my own way thinking, what do I have to offer these people? How many of you thought that? Who wants to hear from me? Maybe they're bored of seeing my post. Maybe I've reached out too many times. Okay. It gave me a whole list of people that kind of know my name. And here's something deeper. I impacted over 47,000 individuals that followed me last year. How many people have you impacted? Are you paying attention? Your list doesn't have to be that big. It could be 10. Okay. But we make an impact on the world. We really do with what we do. So I'm going to show you how I do it. And then we're going to have this recording. So bear with me. I'm just making sure my screen is up the way I want it to be. Hold on. All right. Just a sec. I'm going to screen share with you. And I'm just going to walk you through how to do it. Okay. And then you can come back later and you can watch the screen or the recording later. So let me
while she's getting that set up, I'm going to draw. I have all of your names in this big cup right here. Here's what you're going to win. Are you ready for what you're going to win? Because we really took a lot of your time today. Okay. What you're going to win is going to be something that's going to be so valuable for you that you're going to be so glad you stayed on to the very end to get it. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the name, then I'll tell you what you're going to win. Do you want to know what you're going to win? Do you guys like winning? You want to know what it is? Okay. Here's the other thing. If you don't like it, what you win at the end when I tell you, if you don't like it, you're welcome to gift it to someone else. All right? Yeah? Deal? Does that work? Okay. Kind of like a white elephant, but not really. Here we go. All right. Okay. Let's see who won. Ah! I wrote Welvin, but we're going to call him Ramon. Omar, you won. Do you want to know what you won?
I won.
You won a one-on-one session with Crystal and I. if you want to keep that. We will set that up with you. We will chat with you. We will help you figure out what you want to do with your business and go after your goals and use that however to your extent. So congratulations. You want to keep it or you want to give it away?
No, I want it. I want it.
All right, there we go.
that.
Okay. Thank you. Congratulations. Thanks for staying on, you guys. Crystal, back to you with this incredible gold you're sharing.
My ADHD brain wanted to go into a news broadcast. Hold on. Here we go. All right. So you're going to go to, you can all see my screen. Carrie, thumbs up. Okay. So as you see, I'm going to move this out of my way. You go to where it shows your name, or there might be a few dots, and you're going to click it. Then you're going to go down to, so you'll see the scroll, and you're going to go to settings and privacy. Then you're going to go to settings. It's going to bring you to a new screen. Bear with me. My internet's just a little slow. Okay. Now you're going to come over here where it says Account Center. Can you see my mouse scrolling, Kim? Can you see my mouse? Okay. Account Center. Click on it. You can do this from your phone or from your computer. Then you're going to go to Your Information and Permissions. Okay. Then you're going to go to Download Your Information. As you can see, I already have some. I actually went and did one just for the past year. And then I did another for the past 3 years because my Facebook goes back like as long as they've had it. Okay, so now you go to download or transfer information. You click on the actual, like if you have multiple profiles, my kids have profiles. You click on the one. Okay, then you go and you go available information, which will take you to everything. You guys, this is a huge file. Don't do that. Go to specific types of information. Then you can see all of the options. Now, this might be scary for some of you, but there are a lot of options here, which also might help you to know what information you want to share on social media. Again, another training for another day. But we're going to look through, and what you're actually looking for is friends and followers. Okay. So you'll click on friends and followers. Then you'll go next. And you can download to device. You can transfer to a destination. Okay. I'm choosing not to do that. I'm on my computer. Or you can do download to device. You can select the range. Okay. If you do all time, it's going to take forever. If you do this last year, it's going to only show you who you added as a friend or followers in the last year. Okay, so that's why I did another for 3 years. I wasn't aware that it wouldn't show me my whole list. Then you can choose where it and how it notifies you, your format that you get it in, and then what quality. Okay, and then you can choose if you want it to be compatible with your mobile. I didn't, and then you just hit create file. I'm not going to create it because I've already done a few, but you just hit create file. Then what happens is it'll be into the downloads, and you'll see that either it's available for download or in progress. There's also a time that shows you like how often you want it to download, and you want to click one time. You do not want this downloading all the time. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. Oops, bear with me. Okay, so don't let that intimidate you, and then be patient. Okay, because it takes a couple days. Listen, that 47,000 did not come in an Excel spreadsheet. I had to copy and paste that entire list. And I learned something new from my husband, that if you just highlight it and press page up, it just takes you all the way. And it was beautiful. But you will have to transfer that over. So what I've done is I've gone and I've transferred it over. Let me see if I can, bear with me for just 2 seconds. Okay. And I'm going to show you, I'm a believer in being very upfront and sharing with you. So I'm gonna, let me just find, there we go. Can you see it, Carrie? This is my list from last year, you guys. I'm not kidding when I tell you that this list goes all the way up. See it? Okay. I'm showing you that to show you that I created a spreadsheet because I will go through this list because I am no longer getting in my own way. And God has put 1 million people in my path over the years, right? Or not even when you really start to make an impact on your account and you do these BLIMP and you add people and you're constantly being active in there, you will see that your network opens up. Okay. There was a time where you had a Rolodex, right? Who had a Rolodex? There's a lot of you on here, I bet. Who still has one? Yeah. Okay. Well, my Rolodex would consist of about 4,000 pages with 50 people on each of them right now. Just from that list. How many of you would like to have 4,000 pages of 50 people on each and work it? Now you can imagine my shock when the Holy Spirit said, but you haven't done anything with all these people yet. You've been complaining in my mind. I've been focusing on what I didn't have. I don't have a way to get out there and do demos. I don't have a way to get out there, and I would love to drive to everyone and do trainings and just stop anywhere I could, because I truly, when I'm put on the spot, I can be very outgoing. Okay. But I can't. My physical limitations stop me from certain things. But I am not crippled by my limitations. I have a whole network that I have worked very hard to build that I can now access. But I fully believe, and here's where I hope to inspire you a bit. I fully believe that I was not given that realization until the Lord really believed, trusted me to be responsible with it, to add value to these people's lives, to have something that really will change their lives. Okay. Nearly 2 years ago, I was bedridden. I was wheelchair bound. I used a walker. For 3.5 years, I was stuck to bed. I was miserable. I gave up. I threw in the towel in this room on my knees behind where I'm sitting right now. I threw in the towel 2 Marches ago. It's only almost been 2 years. I said, I'm done. I couldn't see the beauty outside of my limitations because I only saw myself as a hindrance. I said, Lord, you take me or you fix it. This is a true story. It's a true story. And within 2 weeks, it was like mid-March. I always like to say I wish it was the next day, but within like 2 weeks, someone shared with me a video about the super patch. No one came to me. It wasn't someone that came and put a patch on my body. I didn't find out about it through a demo. Do you understand? Someone sent me a video. The things we encourage you to do, and it changed my entire life. My entire life has been changed. My children's lives have been changed. My husband's life has been changed. My entire family utilizes these patches. Because of this technology, I don't use a wheelchair or walker anymore. I'm able to operate a business as a disabled adult who still has kids to take care of from my home, from my closet, right here. But it takes consistency. It takes grit. It takes perseverance. It takes trust. It takes belief. It takes passion. It takes action. So when we share these things with you, it's not because sometimes we feel like we're sharing something. We never know who's going to like it. There's always someone that's like, I felt like that was for a kid. And we're like, but we're talking to your inner child. We're talking to that 6-year-old that was taught that you shouldn't have that confidence, that you shouldn't go out there and put yourself out there. Sometimes we are talking to your kid. Our goal is to help you succeed, but if you don't take action and utilize the tools that we teach you and give to you for free, because remember, the patches you're wearing, you pay for because you wear them. I don't think there's anyone on this screen that buys patches and just passes them out and doesn't wear a single one. And if you are, it's probably not the business for you. Okay. We wear them. We get a discount on them. That's the biggest thing. Is I've had people say, well, I spend too much money on patches. Well, how many of them did you wear? Well, all of them. So you saved a bunch of money on patches last year. Okay. When you think you're stuck, When you think you're out of resources, my goal today was to show you you're not. You're never out of resources. You just got to get out of your own way. All right. So I'll share this recording today so that you can go back, you can download it. All right. I'm not an expert in Excel. I'm not an expert in copy and paste. I'm not an expert in those things. You guys are going to get a little frustrated if you've got a long list. You just got to make it and put it into a spreadsheet or in a Word, and you got to use it. It means nothing if you go, oh, yeah, I had 1,000 people follow me or add me last year, and then you do nothing. You've got to use what you've got. And in some cases, like I said, sometimes you got to think out of the box a little bit. And sometimes you're literally sitting on top of the box. You just got to open it. All right. That's what I got.
That's awesome. Sometimes you're sitting on top of the box. How many of you put your phone in your back pocket and sit down? Gosh, these things go everywhere, right? We're guilty of it. We're guilty of it. We know that it's right there. We have to use it. I'm going to read this over you, and I just want you to just soak it in for just one more time as we wrap out of here. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. You won't fail. Go out. Be better today than you were yesterday. And we'll see you tonight on the other Zooms. Love you guys.
Thank you guys for staying on.
Thank you guys.